The sun's light takes just over 8 minutes to reach Earth. A day on Mercury lasts 59 Earth days. Venus reflects more sunlight than any planet. Mars' thin atmosphere makes its sunsets blue. Jupiter's moon Europa likely hides a global ocean. Ganymede, another moon of Jupiter, has its own magnetic field. Saturn's moon Enceladus sprays water into space. Uranus's tilt makes it appear to roll around the sun. Neptune's color comes from methane absorption of red light. Pluto's orbit sometimes brings it closer to the sun than Neptune. Comets release tails only when near the sun. The asteroid Ceres is also classified as a dwarf planet. The largest known asteroid is about 940 kilometers wide. The sun's core reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. The sun vibrates like a musical instrument. Solar prominences can loop hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Mercury's poles may contain frozen water. Mars' Olympus Mons is 2.5 times Everest's height. Jupiter's magnetosphere could fit the sun inside. Saturn completes a rotation every 10.7 hours. Uranus's rings are dark, made mostly of ice and rock dust. Neptune's storms come and go within years. The moon's temperature ranges from minus 173 degrees Celsius to plus 127 degrees Celsius. Earth's magnetic field traps charged solar particles. Cosmic rays constantly strike Earth's atmosphere. A black hole's singularity has infinite density. Hawking radiation may cause black holes to evaporate. Neutron stars spin so fast they emit radio pulses. Supernova remnants form nebulae. The Crab Nebula was recorded by ancient astronomers. Some galaxies have active cores called AGNs. The Milky Way contains giant gas clouds forming stars. A light year measures distance, not time. Light from the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million years old. Space expands faster than light travels. The universe has no known edge. Cosmic background radiation is 2.7 Kelvin. Early galaxies formed only 200 million years after the Big Bang. Quasars are powered by black holes billions of times the Sun's mass. The Milky Way and Andromeda will merge in 4 billion years. Earth's inner core may rotate at a slightly different speed than the crust. The crust under oceans is thinner than under continents. Continental drift moves land about 2 centimeters per year. Mountain ranges form when tectonic plates collide. Volcanoes release gases that build Earth's atmosphere. Lava cools to form basalt rock. Pumice is a volcanic rock light enough to float. The Pacific Ocean covers nearly 1/3 of Earth's surface. The Mariana Trench is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Coral reefs grow only in warm, shallow seas. Seaweed forests absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide. Ocean currents transport heat around the planet. The Gulf Stream keeps northern Europe mild. The Sahara can reach 50 degrees Celsius by day and near freezing by night. Deserts can exist at polar regions too. Permafrost preserves Ice Age remains. The Amazon holds more species than any other forest. Bamboo can release 35% more oxygen than similar trees. Rainforests recycle over 75% of their rainfall. Volcano ash can create fertile farmland. Some caves have ecosystems cut off from sunlight. Stalactites hang from ceilings. Stalagmites grow from floors. Earthquakes occur about 500,000 times a year, most too small to feel. Lightning can strike up to 20 kilometers from its cloud. A bolt of lightning lasts less than a second. Thunder is the sound of rapidly expanding air. Tornado winds can exceed 480 kilometers per hour. The calm center of a hurricane is called the eye. Tsunamis travel faster than commercial jets. Glaciers carve U-shaped valleys. Ice cores preserve ancient air bubbles. Melting glaciers contribute to rising seas. The ozone layer protects life from UV radiation. Acid rain forms when sulfur mixes with water vapor. Earth's gravity is slightly weaker at the equator. The magnetic North Pole moves about 40 kilometers per year. The Great Lakes contain 20% of the world's fresh water. The Dead Sea's salt content makes floating easy. The Nile flows northward into the Mediterranean. The Amazon discharges enough water to fill 83 Olympic pools per second. Human DNA is 99.9% identical across all people. Each cell contains about 2 meters of DNA coiled inside. Your body replaces 98% of atoms every year. The human heart pumps about 7,500 liters of blood daily. Red blood cells are made in bone marrow. The brain has no pain receptors. Neurons can transmit impulses up to 400 kilometers per hour. About 70% of the immune system is in the gut. The stomach regenerates its lining every few days. Taste buds live about 10 days. Your nose can remember 50,000 scents. Skin cells form a new outer layer every month. The average person has about 5 million hairs. The cornea gets oxygen directly from air. The liver can regrow to full size. The pancreas produces digestive enzymes and hormones. The small intestine is longer than the human body. The large intestine absorbs water and minerals. The appendix hosts helpful bacteria. The brain uses glucose as its primary fuel. Humans share 50% of DNA with cabbage. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Starfish can regenerate whole bodies from one arm. Seahorses are the only animals where males give birth. Dolphins sleep with one brain hemisphere at a time. Crocodiles swallow stones to help digest food. Owls rotate their heads almost 270 degrees. Penguins have waterproof feathers. Hummingbirds beat wings up to 80 times per second. Sloths can swim faster than they can walk. Spiders taste through hairs on their legs. Butterflies detect color through their feet. Ants never sleep. Bees communicate using dance patterns. Bats are the only flying mammals. Some jellyfish can revert to earlier life stages. Coral animals create limestone skeletons. Fungi are more closely related to animals than plants. Trees talk through underground fungal networks. Some plants close leaves when touched, like the mimosa. Venus flytraps snap shut in under a second. Sunflowers follow the sun daily. Oldest known living tree is over 4,800 years old. Some seeds germinate after thousands of years. Algae produce about 50% of Earth's oxygen. Lichens are partnerships of fungi and algae. Deep-sea fish produce light through bioluminescence. The coelacanth was once thought extinct for 65 million years. Sharks predate trees in evolutionary history. Birds are direct descendants of dinosaurs. Everything you see is mostly empty space. A sugar cube contains more atoms than there are stars in the universe. Diamond and graphite are both pure carbon. Oxygen is paramagnetic, attracted to magnets. Helium doesn't solidify under normal pressure. Sodium metal bursts into flame in water. Mercury expands and contracts with temperature, enabling thermometers. Gold is so malleable it can be beaten into atoms-thick sheets. Silver tarnishes when it reacts with sulfur in air. Rusting is slow combustion of iron. Plastic is made of long hydrocarbon chains. Glass is a supercooled liquid, not a solid. Water expands by 9% when frozen. Ammonia cleans surfaces by dissolving grease molecules. Carbon dioxide is denser than air. Hydrogen is used in rocket fuel. Nitrogen makes up most of Earth's atmosphere. Silicon semiconductors power electronics. Pressure can turn carbon into diamond. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. Sound travels faster in steel than in air. Light bends when moving between materials. Heat rises because warm air is less dense. A vacuum cannot conduct sound. Entropy measures disorder in systems. Gravity is the weakest but most universal force. The electromagnetic spectrum spans radio to gamma rays. Time slows near massive gravity wells. Energy and mass are equivalent. E equals mc squared. Absolute zero halts all molecular motion. Superconductors allow current with zero loss. Lasers amplify light by stimulation. Friction converts motion to heat. Pressure increases boiling point. Buoyant force equals weight of displaced fluid. Black objects absorb all visible light. Mirrors reverse direction, but not top and bottom. Rainbow colors appear from water's refraction. Magnetism weakens with distance squared. Gravity accelerates all masses equally in a vacuum. The first electric battery was invented in 1800. The first photograph took 8 hours of exposure. Telegraph wires connected continents by the 1860s. The first phone call occurred in 1876. The first radio transmission was in 1895. Airplanes became practical by 1910. Penicillin was discovered accidentally in 1928. The first computer weighed 27 tons. The first email was sent in 1971. The World Wide Web was created in 1989. GPS works through atomic clock timing. AI recognizes handwriting and speech. Robots weld cars in factories. 3D printers make airplane parts. Solar panels work even in cold weather. Wind farms operate at night. Electric cars use regenerative braking. Satellites photograph wildfires in real time. Space telescopes detect planets by dimming starlight. Quantum computers use qubits that exist in 2 states. Machine learning powers modern search engines. Drones survey crops for irrigation. Biofuel comes from plants and algae. Smart grids balance electricity demand. Wireless charging uses magnetic fields. Nanorobots may deliver drugs inside the body. CRISPR can disable viruses in DNA. Gene drives could control mosquito populations. Robots assist the elderly in daily tasks. VR therapy treats trauma and anxiety. AR helmets guide surgeons with overlays. Robots explore lunar caves. AI interprets satellite imagery for deforestation. Lab-grown coral restores reefs. Fusion reactors like ITER aim for clean power. Reusable rockets reduce orbital debris. Space probes collect asteroid samples. Hydrogen fuel cells power buses. Smart windows adjust light automatically. Biodegradable sensors monitor soil health.
The Sun makes a full orbit around the Milky Way every 225 million years. Mercury has almost no atmosphere to scatter sunlight, so skies are black. Venus reflects about 70% of sunlight, making it very bright. Mars appears red because of iron oxide dust. Jupiter's auroras are much stronger than Earth's. Saturn's rings may eventually disappear in 100 million years. Uranus was discovered in 1781 by William Herschel. Neptune was the first planet predicted by math before discovery. Pluto's heart-shaped glacier is made of nitrogen ice. The Sun's diameter is about 109 times Earth's. The Sun converts 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium per second. A solar flare can release more energy than billions of nuclear bombs. The solar wind creates tails on comets. Mercury's surface is heavily cratered like Earth's moon. Venus has surface pressures 92 times greater than Earth's. Mars once had flowing rivers and seas. Jupiter's core may be made of metallic hydrogen. Saturn's density is so low it could float in water. Uranus has seasons lasting 21 years each. Neptune radiates more heat than it receives from the sun. The moon's surface is covered in fine dust called regolith. Earthshine makes the dark side of the moon faintly glow. The Apollo astronauts left retroreflectors on the moon. Sunlight takes 5.5 hours to reach Pluto. Neptune's moon Triton orbits backward. Some exoplanets are called hot Jupiters. A brown dwarf is a failed star. Some stars pulsate in brightness. The North Star, Polaris, will not always be the pole star. Earth's axis wobbles slowly over 26,000 years. Solar eclipses can last up to 7 minutes. Lunar eclipses can turn the moon red. Light from distant galaxies shows redshift. Radio telescopes detect invisible cosmic waves. The first black hole image was captured in 2019. Gravitational waves confirm Einstein's predictions. Some galaxies spin faster than expected, hinting at dark matter. Interstellar space is not empty, but filled with plasma. The observable universe has a horizon. Beyond it, we cannot see. A neutron star can weigh more than the Sun, but be only 20 kilometers wide. Earth is the only known planet with liquid oceans on the surface. Ocean tides are strongest during full and new moons. Earthquakes can trigger landslides. The San Andreas Fault runs through California. The Pacific Ring of Fire circles the Pacific Ocean with volcanoes. The largest earthquake ever recorded was magnitude 9.5 in Chile. The Yellowstone supervolcano could cover the US in ash if it erupted. Iceland sits on the mid-Atlantic ridge. The Great Rift Valley is splitting Africa slowly. Earth's crust is made mostly of oxygen and silicon. Granite is a common continental rock. Basalt is the main volcanic rock in oceans. Soil contains billions of microorganisms. The Amazon releases water vapor that forms its own rain. Desert animals adapt to conserve water. Cacti store water in thick stems. Antarctica is colder than the Arctic because it's higher in elevation. The Sahara was green 10,000 years ago. Sand dunes can migrate kilometers over time. Glaciers can move several meters per day. Permafrost covers about 24% of northern hemisphere land. Melting icebergs don't raise sea level, but melting ice sheets do. Earth's albedo measures how much sunlight it reflects. The highest recorded ocean wave was 30 meters tall. Lightning creates glassy tubes called fulgurites. Hurricanes lose energy when moving over land. Tornado Alley is in the central US. The eye of a hurricane is calm. Tsunamis are caused by undersea earthquakes or landslides. The Dead Sea is shrinking due to water diversion. The Great Barrier Reef is visible from space. Coral bleaching is caused by rising water temperature. Algae blooms can poison fish and shellfish. El Niño warms Pacific waters, altering weather worldwide. La Niña cools Pacific waters, also altering weather. The stratosphere contains ozone that blocks UV radiation. Clouds help regulate Earth's climate. Ice ages occur in cycles every 100,000 years. Fossil fuels formed from ancient plants and plankton. Volcano eruptions release sulfur dioxide that cools Earth. Human bodies contain about 5 liters of blood. The heart beats around 3 billion times in a lifetime. Your lungs have a surface area of a tennis court. Your brain consumes about 20% of your oxygen. The cerebellum controls movement and balance. The hippocampus is critical for memory. Nerves use electricity and chemicals to signal. Reflexes bypass the brain for speed. Humans have about 9,000 taste buds. The cornea is the only tissue without blood vessels. Eyelashes keep debris out of eyes. Tears lubricate and protect the eyes. Earwax protects ears from bacteria. The smallest muscle is in the ear. The strongest muscle relative to size is the jaw. The human skeleton has 206 bones. Ligaments connect bone to bone. Tendons connect muscle to bone. The skin renews every month. Sweat is mostly water and salt. Humans shed millions of skin cells daily. DNA coils into 23 pairs of chromosomes. Mitochondria evolved from ancient bacteria. Proteins are made of amino acids. Hormones are chemical messengers. Antibodies target specific invaders. The immune system has memory cells. Red blood cells are shaped like discs. White blood cells can squeeze through vessel walls. Platelets form clots to stop bleeding. The placenta nourishes unborn babies. Newborns have higher heart rates than adults. Babies have more bones that fuse as they grow. Human hair grows about 0.35 millimeters a day. Nails grow faster on the dominant hand. Humans are bipedal mammals. Birds evolved from small dinosaurs. Feathers provide insulation and flight. Fish use gills to absorb oxygen. Amphibians live both on land and in water. Reptiles lay eggs with leathery shells. Mammals nurse their young with milk. Bats use echolocation to navigate. Whales communicate with low-frequency calls. Dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors. Elephants can detect vibrations through feet. Wolves communicate through howls. Ants leave chemical trails for others. Bees buzz at different pitches to signal. Fungi recycle nutrients in ecosystems. Atoms are about 0.1 nanometers wide. A sugar molecule has 45 atoms. Oxygen makes up about half of Earth's crust. Water's molecular weight is 18 grams per mole. Hydrogen bonds hold water molecules together. Ice floats because it is less dense than liquid water. Surface tension lets insects walk on water. Salt lowers water's freezing point. Gas expands when heated. Pressure increases boiling point. Plasma makes up stars and lightning. Liquid helium can climb walls. Sound travels fastest in solids. Heat is motion of atoms and molecules. Cold is the absence of motion. Light is electromagnetic radiation. White light contains all visible colors. Red light has the longest wavelength of visible light. Violet has the shortest. Radio waves carry information across the world. Microwaves vibrate water molecules in food. Infrared is heat we can feel. Ultraviolet can damage DNA. X-rays pass through soft tissues. Gamma rays come from nuclear reactions. Electricity is moving electrons. Voltage pushes electrons forward. Current is the number of moving electrons. Resistance slows electrons. Ohm's law, V equals IR. Magnetism comes from electron spins. Earth's core generates its magnetic field. Energy cannot be destroyed. Kinetic energy is energy of motion. Potential energy is stored energy. Nuclear fission splits atoms to release energy. Nuclear fusion combines them. Entropy increases naturally. Gravity pulls objects toward each other. Time runs slower in stronger gravity. The first digital camera was invented in 1975. The first email attachment was sent in 1992. The first web browser was Mosaic. The first computer virus appeared in 1986. GPS became public in 1983. Wi-Fi was invented in 1997. Bluetooth was named after a Viking king. Smartphones outsell computers. Supercomputers can perform quadrillions of calculations per second. Cloud storage saves data remotely. The internet has more devices than people. 5G networks increase speed 100 times. Quantum computers use entangled qubits. Artificial intelligence learns from data. Neural networks mimic the brain. Self-driving cars use sensors to map roads. Drones are used in agriculture. 3D printers can build houses. Solar farms can power entire cities. Offshore wind farms capture stronger winds. Nuclear plants produce 10% of global electricity. Fusion reactors are being tested worldwide. Lab-grown meat could cut farming emissions. Biodegradable plastics break down naturally. Nanobots may clean arteries. CRISPR corrects defective genes. Artificial organs are used in transplants. Robots assist in surgeries daily. Exoskeletons help workers lift loads. Satellites monitor glaciers. Space probes study asteroids. SpaceX lands rockets for reuse. Virgin Galactic launched suborbital tourism. Blue Origin develops reusable rockets. NASA tests nuclear propulsion. Holograms project floating images. VR helps train surgeons. AR helps mechanics repair engines. AI designs new drugs. Digital twins predict aircraft wear. Robots explore Mars with rovers. Telescopes detect Earth-sized exoplanets. AI predicts natural disasters. Smart fabrics monitor health. Robots farm crops autonomously. Solar paint may coat buildings. Floating solar panels reduce evaporation. Wind kites harvest high-altitude energy. Vertical farms grow food indoors. LED lights save 80% more energy than bulbs. Electric planes are being tested. Space elevators are proposed concepts. DNA can store more data than hard drives. Bioluminescent bacteria light experiments. AI composes music in human styles. Drones plant trees faster than humans. Satellites detect illegal fishing. Cryogenic storage preserves organs.